I've got 15 gifts for all of the bird lovers on your list, or if you just want to get yourself a gift. I put these gifts into categories ranging from $5 to $30, $30 to $100, and $100 plus. A lot of these gifts are on sale right now, and I'll put links to everything I mentioned down in the video description below to make it easier for you to find. With that said, let's get into it. First one is window clings. These are usually pretty cheap, about $10 or less, and they're very effective in keeping birds from running into windows. When birds see a reflection in a window, they don't know it's a window, they just think that it's more of the outside, so they fly right into it and end up hitting the window. But window clings are very effective in stopping that and breaking up the reflection so then birds can see they can't fly there. Next one is a lens pen. These are usually pretty cheap, about $10, and they make cleaning cameras or binoculars a lot easier. They got a brush on one side that you can use to clean sand and dust. They also are a small spray bottle that you can keep some cleaner in to spray onto a cloth to cleanse your lens that way. Another way to clean your lens is with these Dice lens wipes. They're like $10 for 200 of them. I still have my original pack from several years ago, so you don't really run through them that quickly. They won't mess up your glass, a lot better than just using a t-shirt, which can scratch your binoculars or camera. You can use them for any type of optical glass, whether that's glasses or binoculars, spotting scopes, or camera lenses, and they work really well in getting fingerprints and dust off. Next one is a bird sticker by number. How it works is you have an outline of a bird, and then there's these color-coded stickers that you stick on there to make the picture. I've had several of these, and they're a lot of fun to do, and the pictures turn out pretty nice. Next up is the Peterson Guide to Sparrows. Sparrows are extremely hard to identify, and they all look very similar, but this book is full of everything you need to know about identifying sparrows, whether it's habitat or behavior or key field marks. I love this book, and I actually got the Kindle version because it allows you to highlight words, and then you have a collection of your notes at the end to see what the best parts are, or like for the Baird sparrow, for instance. You could highlight all the key field marks, so you just have a glance at that before you go out into the field. I think it's like $26 for the hardcover, $10 on Kindle if you want to get the digital version. You can also read it for free on Kindle Unlimited, and if you want a free trial of Kindle Unlimited, go ahead and click on the link in the video description below. If you want a gift that keeps on giving throughout the entire year, you could get the Birds and Blooms magazine. They send out 6 issues a year, or 1 every 2 months, and it's filled with a bunch of really neat bird pictures. They also have some gardening stuff and occasionally some articles about butterflies. I've been getting it for several years now, and I really like it. They got some neat facts about birds and how to attract more birds to your backyard. Next up is my course, Bird Identification for Beginners. Inside that course, I show you an easy-to-follow method for identifying every bird you come across. You don't need any experience because this course is going to teach you it all when it comes to bird identification. You can click on the link in the video description below or go to betterbirders.com to get started. Next up is the Field Guide to North American Flycatchers. Embedonics flycatchers are known for being hard to identify, but this book takes all the mystery out, and the authors are experts when it comes to impid identification, and they do a really good job listing out every single field mark that these flycatchers have. It's a pretty advanced book, but if you're looking to identify flycatchers, this is the book to get. And the last gift in this category is a window bird feeder. The way this works is window bird feeders suction cup onto a glass window, and then you fill it with some kind of bird seed. I would recommend using sunflower seeds, and then the birds come up close to your window to eat the seed. This allows you to get really close to birds and see all of the incredible details that they have in their feathers. I really enjoyed having a window bird feeder and was able to get some pretty up-close pictures of tufted titmice and Carolina chickadees. Moving on to the $30 to $100 category, we have the What Bird Am I game. This is a really fun game that I really enjoy playing. Basically, you ask someone questions about a bird, and they try to figure out what bird you have on your card. There's several different levels for playing this game, so you could be an expert at birding and still be able to play with people who don't know anything about birds. I found it a lot of fun, and this game is filled with a bunch of cool fun facts about birds. Next up is the Sibley's Field Guide. The Sibley's Field Guide is considered one of the best field guides ever made, and so whether you're an expert or a beginner, that's the field guide that I would recommend getting. Next up is another game, and that is Wingspan. This game is a lot of fun because you don't need to know that much about birds to still enjoy it, but if you do know a lot about birds, you're going to really enjoy this game. Not only are there a lot of fun facts about birds, but the illustrations are really well done. It's pretty complicated to learn at first, but once you get the hang of how to play the game, it is a lot of fun. But the basic idea is you collect birds for your aviary and try to get as many birds as you can, and each of the birds have different powers that allow you to lay eggs or get more food, and so it's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy playing it. There's also a bunch of expansions to Wingspan that are a lot of fun. I believe right now they have Asia, Europe, and Oceania. We have all 3 of these expansions, and it really adds another unique element to the game. So if the person you're trying to get a gift for already has the regular game, you might consider getting them an expansion. And for the last category, the $100+ category, first one we have is the Cotton Carrier. And this is a camera harness that I use every time I'm out birding. The reason I like the cotton carrier so much is because not only does it have a sturdy design, but it takes a lot of the weight from the camera off of your neck and puts it on your back, which makes it a lot more comfortable to carry a large camera lens like I do. And I actually have the G3 harness, which means you can carry two cameras. You can have one here and then another one down here. And I use this when I'm recording birding adventure videos. I can carry my big Sigma lens and the camera that I'm using to record the video. Next up is the camera lens that I use, the Sigma 150 to 600 millimeter lens. Since I have a Nikon camera, I have the Nikon mount. So make sure you get the right mount because it comes in 3 different mounts, the Canon, Nikon, and Sony, depending on what camera brand you have, and so make sure you get the mount that goes with your camera brand. This camera lens does a great job. It makes very clear photos. It also has some optical image stabilization, which can help if you're shooting in low shutter speed environments, and depending on the type of photography that you're doing, you can change the focus mode on this camera. So if you're looking for a beginner camera lens, that is definitely the lens that I would recommend. I've had great success using it. And the last gift that I have here is the Hawk Endurance ED 85mm spotting scope. If you're looking for a good spotting scope, look no further than the Hawk. Its image quality is very good. It has really good clarity at 25 times zoom, and it does a decent job at 75 times, but I rarely ever do that because once you get that far out there, the heat shimmer is just going to make it really hard to see birds, and you're probably not going to be able to identify that many. But with that said, this scope does do a really good job of minimizing heat shimmer and making it easier to see birds. That's all the gifts that I have for you today. Again, I'll link everything up in the video description below to make it easier to find things. If you have any questions about what I mentioned today, go ahead and put that in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.